Some clips from the Waterways Arts Podcast. Hear the whole thing there.
When I wrote it, I realised it didn't fit that experimental vibe, so it didn't belong on that album. So that's going to be on my next solo album, which I don't yet know when it will come out. So because unlike the experimental stuff, it's more sort of melodic and more kind of easy listening, if you like. Whereas the experimental one, an album called Reflesia. I should know how to pronounce my own albums. Reflesia Dream. So it's kind of in between with the next one as well, but it does fit in with the next album of songs I've got as a solo album, which I don't know when it's coming out yet. But I thought, it's been hanging around for ages, I'm going to release it because it's locked down and there's nothing else I can do very much. Yeah, it's definitely affected. The EP I'm doing with my band is being done professionally, with someone who knows what they're doing, unlike me. My next solo album, which is pretty much done, it has affected that because I've got access to MIDI. I don't know if you know what that is, but it means you can really manipulate the sounds massively. And I don't want to sort of over-egg the pudding. I want to keep with this album, the next solo album I've got, I want it to fundamentally be fairly simple, melodic, tunes, financially, obviously, because at the moment, this week I've earned nothing at all, unless I've got some royalties coming through or something. I didn't notice. Because I teach guitar and bass and ukulele as well, and normally I go around to people's houses to do that, and that would make me some sort of super spreader if I did that now, apart from being illegal. Imagine that, going to the vast majority of students don't want to, if they can't do it face to face, they don't want to try it, not even try online. So all those are cancelled as well. The original gigs with my main, with the Blue Yellows, they were all cancelled as well, and quite a few of those were paid gigs as well. So I've lost a lot of income, obviously, but I say it's going to be at least 3 years. It could be 10 years. We might never get back to what was previously normal, and when you think of that, it's like there's some of the sort of events we would have played and gone to as well as a fan, would have seemed like the last days of the road. Brilliant, we'll find different ways of doing things, and then when it's over, we can, back to the old normal, as it were. Yeah.
And one of the things that we have these big outside spaces, and we can play to smaller audiences, and that's financially viable. So I know what you're saying. I'm very much on that. I won't believe it until it happens, but I'm optimistic that we can find some ways to approach that.
Yeah.
Because something that's been difficult is watching, like you were talking about, feeling like the oil painter having his paint taken away. There is a reality where people are finding it very difficult and feeling like something that is a big part of who we are has been taken away, and which is another reason why we started this.
Yeah, it's my main band that I do the songwriting for is called the Blue Yellows, and then my loveliest, best friends in the world, those guys are. We're working, obviously coronavirus or COVID, whatever we want to call it, put a stop to our recording process. We're recording now. We're going in one musician at a time with COVID, with Jose, who's our producer. With COVID secure sanitation and masks on, unless we're actually singing or whatever. So it's an EP that will be out at some point in the future. It's 90% done now, actually. Yeah. We're communal animals at the end of the day, aren't we? And to play music and to be able to have an audience, however big or small, connecting with that and connecting with you, and you all being part of one whole moment or evening or whatever it is, in the same space mentally in some way. Or I'm sure everyone has their own takes on it, depending on their own experiences with different songs and so on. But to have that oneness feeling is just fantastic. It's as if you're a painter, and you can say you do watercolors and oil paints, it's like you've suddenly had all your oil paints taken away. Play together in a band, there's a real connection between, because we like to improvise a lot, and to spark off each other in live moment is a fantastic feeling that you can't really get if and it's not safe for us to actually meet up and even rehearse at the moment, even though we're going one by one into recording.
Everyone to sort of solo, and everyone just kind of melding and responding to each other and being part of that and being in the room with that is such a magical experience, and I think everyone is really missing that right now.
Listen to the full interview on the Waterways Arts Podcast on YouTube.